What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Sports to the Wire. For those of you who are actually new to the channel, I am your host, as always, Rasheed White. All right, let's get into the Knicks and Nets post game. This is a big game over here. Battle of the Boroughs. Of course, everyone knows I'm an actual Brooklyn Nets fan, and then the Knicks, I say, will be second in a sense, though, man. But looking at Joe Tsai, I may be actually gravitating more towards the Knicks now because Dolan's actually looking like a really, really great owner right now, man. All right, so let's get into the actual game conversation, game analysis over here. Julius Randle, let me start out with him. We're going to do both sides with the Brooklyn Nets and the actual New York Knicks. So no offseason improvement from Julius Randle, man. I mean, listen, in the summertime, he should be working on like going to his right hand. He still hasn't really evolved in that, in a sense, though. He can't dribble to his right, finish right, pass right. Then the passes, he's like kind of holding the ball too long, being indecisive. And I'm just surprised that there's no off-season improvement from him. This is one of the things where you worry about when you get these guys big contracts, is these guys actually show up and they actually come to play. They give it their all out. They give it their best. And then when they get the money, they get the bag. Then it's like, I'm gonna take my foot off the gas. And that's one of the things. And Julius Randle, man. I mean, Julius Randle. Oh, 1 second here. Hold on. We got an ad here. All right, so sorry about that. A little ad running in the background there. So Julius Randle has, the whole off season. I mean, they didn't make the playoffs last year. I mean, every summer he actually needs to get better. There should be something new with him. And there hasn't. And defensively, he's just was a total liability guarding Kevin Durant. So, of course, he's not built to guard a player like a Durant, in a sense, who's more, perimeter oriented, in a sense, though. So, you got no ball movement for the New York Knicks. Jalen Brunson's size and defensive issues are going to be a problem, in a sense, though. And this is what I was kind of worried about getting this and giving him $110 million, because you can't really ask him to run the offense, try to get other guys involved, and he's really like your only high percentage one-on-one player, in a sense, though, that can break a defense down off the dribble and create their own shot. I mean, RJ Barrett, so all they got to do is really kind of get the ball out of his hands and say, hey, Julius Randle, you go ahead and you beat me. Cam Reddish. I think one solution could be is like playing Derrick Rose and Jalen Brunson together. This way, it actually takes pressure off of him and gives somebody. Like I said, he has to try to get other guys involved. And they got to try to get the ball back to him. The shot clock is working against him. So he has to get the ball back. And by the time he gets the ball back, it's like 7-8 seconds on the shot clock. So I think bringing Derrick Rose out there gives him an extra ball handler. I don't know why Tibbs hasn't thought about this right now, because it's really positionless basketball, in a sense, though. And you have 2 point guards on the floor this way. You have another guy, when they force the ball out of Brunson's hands, you have another guy that can actually create all the dribbles. So that's another thing I was getting into. The money for Jalen Brunson, I believe, is just too much, though. So let's get into the Brooklyn Nets, man. I mean, what a performance. I mean, congratulations to Jacques Vaughn and actually getting the head coaching position. Let's see what actually happens there. The players are actually responding to him. I mean, they're playing hard. I'm seeing Joe Harris actually sliding his feet. I'm like, whoa, man, I didn't know Joe Harris can actually defend like this. And Seth Curry, Kevin Durant, I like the fact that he's not being, especially in this game, he's not holding on to the basketball but so much. He's using more V cuts, using L cuts, so the defense actually starts closing out on him. He's putting the ball on the floor. He's releasing the basketball. you know, at the right times, getting guys involved. So Cam Thomas is actually playing good. I think today a little out of control in terms of the shot selection. Edmund Sumner. I mean, whoo, man. I mean, I wanted to do a video on him a couple of weeks ago. I mean, I know he's coming off of this Achilles surgery. I think when he gets his legs under him, man, I mean, he could break a defense down 3-4 dribbles. He's at the rim. He puts a lot of pressure on your defense. And what's going on, New York Knicks? He was out there to be had. And so same thing with T.J. Warren. You know, you guys need players in a sense, though. So I love Edmund, man. I really love him. Ben Simmons actually looks really, really good. And I want to see the apologies out there from the main sports stream media because he was actually dealing with a knee injury. You know, and the thing is, listen, he ain't going to tell you anything. You know, they don't got to say, oh, I'm dealing with a knee injury. Man, I mean, shit, if you ever played ball before, I ain't telling you I got a knee injury or I having a Achilles strain. Shit, that's like putting, you know, you cutting yourself and going into great white shark infested waters right there. So he's not going to tell you anything. And I see professional analysts on TV, you know, like Brian Scalabrine, that can't really seem to really understand that. Can't, you know, it just actually doesn't compute. So yeah, I mean, the Brooklyn Nets, they're playing hard. They're playing good defense. They're communicating on defense. Oh boy, do they actually need a big man? You know, I don't know. I mean, Dwight Howard, I guess they can call him up at any time they want, but he's, you know, probably all up in his feelings right now. But I think only thing I can say with the lineup with Claxton and then you have Ben Simmons is free throws will be an issue in a sense, though, especially for Claxton because he's horrible from the free throw line. But I mean, there was you know, other videos I watched. I mean, other games I watched that I seen Ben Simmons actually finish games, though, in a sense, though the game is tight. And you know, when he was in Philadelphia, he'd be like 111, 115. Philadelphia's actually up, and they didn't really go to like the Hackett Simmons, like Jeff Van Gundy was actually really alluding to. So I'll wrap this video up. Let me know what you actually think in the comment section. Was Jalen Brunson actually really worth the $110 million that he was actually getting paid? I don't think so. I think maybe more like $80-90 million. We didn't really see a huge sample size of him in a sense, though. He was playing next to Luka Doncic, so Luka Doncic actually took a lot of pressure off of Jalen Brunson. And then we see, you know, when he actually has to operate himself, when other guys aren't really hitting and he has to create, then that is a really, really serious issue right there for Brunson. He's too small. And you had a lineup out there. You had Ben Simmons guarding him, Claxton getting switched on to him. KD at one point was actually really guarding him. And I mean, he's only like 6'1" compared to like three damn near 7 footers. So I don't know. There was no screens from the Knicks to try to to get the matchup. Let's say who's the weakest link out there for Jalen Brunson to really kind of attack. Maybe Joe Harris. Randall can actually come. I don't know, man. I think Julius Randle's a really low basketball IQ player, man. You know, he's actually just go watch some film. And if I knew about all this stuff, he should know about all this stuff, man. And I wasn't an NBA player. You know, I was just a regular street baller in a sense, though, recreational basketball player. All right, so we'll wrap the video up. If you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Certainly share this video. And when you share, the universe certainly shares back with you. Peace out.